Let's go now and meet and speak with the Liberal candidate for Signal Hill Quidi Vidi, Drew Brown. Hi, Drew. You're on the air.
Hey, Patty. How's it going?
Doing awesome, man. I'm sure glad you called today. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime.
Cool. So running for the Liberals in Signal Hill Quidi Vidi somehow, and you go ahead and set me straight, lost in the shuffle with an NDP leader, a high-profile Tory candidate, a candidate of Mr. Noseworthy, and you wanted to talk about something which I think is a critical issue in that particular district, is the Her Majesty's Penitentiary, that decrepit old dungeon, and all of a sudden it's not on anyone's political landscape or policy.
Yeah, I know, and I sort of thought that was really strange, right? Especially considering we're about to get this big influx of federal conservative crime legislation, right?
Right.
And I mean, we're going to see prisons filling up even more than they currently are now, I think. I mean, I'm looking at the StatsCan statistics for crime in the province, and it's like crime jumped up 13%, I think, violent crime last year. So, you know, like this is a serious issue that we have to actually address the fact that we do basically have this dungeon left over from the 19th century sitting on the banks of Quidi Vidi Lake, right? And none of the other parties really seem to be talking about it.
You know, why is that, though? Because, I mean, it's easy for Minister Collins to say, well, we're not going to have that conversation until the federal government talks about cost sharing. Well, boy, no one should hold their breath on that front. And Mr. Noseworthy, who was so in tune with the dollars being spent and, you know, feels free to comment on the diabetes programs and what have you, but doesn't get in on this conversation. It is certainly quite strange. Drew, one question now for you. It appears that Kevin Aylward has withdrawn from the Board of Trade debate as well, leaving Danny Doomarest to represent the party. In my opinion, it's for all leaders to attend an economic debate in what is everyone points to St. John's and Northeast Avalon as the capital of the economy. Then it's wrong to not be in that debate. What would you say to your leader or anyone else?
Honestly, I mean, like, I'm just like you, right? Like, I just found out now over Twitter a few minutes ago. I'm honestly a bit surprised. I sort of figured he'd still, you know, show up and talk about the economy. I was really looking forward to it. I kind of wish he'd reconsider, but, you know, hey, like, they have their own priorities, I guess. Like, I don't know what's really happening with the Leaders campaign right now, so I can't really comment on it. But it kind of sucks he's not going to be there, right?
Drew, give us a bit of your background now so that people get to know you who would consider voting Liberal down in Signal Hill Quidi Vidi.
Yeah, no problem. Well, you know, I mean, I moved here in 2005. I'm originally from Grand Falls. I've been studying political science at MUN. Since I moved here, I've graduated in 2010 with an honors in political science and economics. I've written some stuff, not a lot, but some that's appeared in like the Muse at MUN, Craig Westcott's paper, the Business Post. I've gotten some articles published with the MUN Political Science Journal. My honors thesis on the province's political development since 1934 was published by a German company actually this year. They contacted me to print it. And right now I'm doing full-time graduate studies at MUN. I'm doing a master's thesis in political science. That's basically, I mean, my profile.
Sure. How old are you, Drew?
I'm 23. I actually turned 24 this Thursday. It's my birthday.
The Liberals enter this election, and it's no mystery, in desperate straits so far as financially goes, for one, and certainly being virtually decimated in the last provincial election, reduced down to 4 seats. So to choose the Liberals as the party of choice, what makes you a Liberal-leaning potential candidate as opposed to the other two parties?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm sort of more of like a leftist Liberal anyway. So obviously, like, where there is some sort of a little bit of overlap between the Liberals and the PCs, like, I'm just really not a conservative person, so I, you know, can't go with the Tories really on anything ever.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and the thing with the NDP is that you know, I'm not really convinced that, like, while I agree with a lot of their core values, like the social justice and strengthening democracy and these things, like a lot of my friends in NDP, I've attended a lot of events that are sort of like, you know, would be considered like NDP-ish events, like anti-war protests and stuff. But I think the key thing is that, like, especially like when looking at their platform in this election, at least compared to the Liberal one, like there's just no real like far-reaching vision, I think, for the province as a whole. And specifically, I mean, this case with the prison, right? I mean, there's nothing in their platform at all about the justice system, and here you have the prison in Lorraine's riding, and, you know, it's approaching a crisis level, not just for the prisoners that are there, but also for the people that work there, right? I mean, like having a good functioning prison system and having a good functioning sort of like keystone prison is like the backbone of an effective justice system, right? So I mean.
Yeah, and it has a direct relation to public safety afterwards, too, because eventually, regardless of the crime, 99% of the time, they get out sometime.
Yeah,
and if they come out hardened and worse than when they went in, then rehabilitation has gone out the window and public safety is in jeopardy. Drew, I have to get to the break, and we're over our allotted time, but it's been good to meet you. Anything in summary, sir?
Not really. Just I think that, I mean, we've heard a lot about this election campaign that more young people need to be getting involved. We need more sort of new energy and innovative ideas and stuff in the election. Well, here you go. I'm a 23-year-old grad student. I've got lots of good ideas. My entire campaign team is youth my age. Like we work sort of like on our own. So I think here is your alternative. If you want some youth and innovation in politics, well then here I am running Signal Hill.
Drew, you're Drew Brown running for the Liberals in Signal Hill, Quidi Vidi. It's good to talk to you today. Good luck on the campaign trail, and we'll talk again.
Thanks, Patty. I'll talk to you later.
All the best.
All right.
Bye-bye.